We're going to have a quick look at how a student sees it and where a student should go for their work. Notice that we're now signed in as student 1 rather than the teacher. It will say good afternoon whoever they are, which is really nice. They've got their own mail. Now if we hop over to mail, what I want to talk to you about is that I've obviously done some work beforehand, so some things are available to this student. You'll have to just ignore those for the time being. So if I hop over to mail, let's close these down because they belong to a teacher. So it's opening the mailbox. When they join the group, or when you put them in the group, they would have had an email sent to them. Teacher 1 added you to the 9KWI group. They really only need to click on the email to go to the workbook, but there's a better way that we need to show them how to do that. So let's pop back over to Microsoft Home. All the student notebooks are in OneNote. Notice that they don't have class notebooks. I have noticed that some students have got class notebooks, particularly year 10, but they don't seem to have things like Sway. So how this is set up may be different for each student, but they should all have OneNote. And this is where all of their exercise books for all of their lessons will be stored. So if we click on OneNote, we come up with a window. We've got these recent, and if you're a teacher and you're showing this on the board, it will not have the same set of headings, just a little bit different. So recent notebooks, my notebooks, if they click on my notebooks, that's their own. Remember I said that student at school was their own personal notebook. What we really need to do is look for the class notebooks title and click on that, and these are all of the class notebooks for students. Now some of these are live, which we can hop over to and have a look in a minute, but this is the Y9A comp sci that I just set up from the template. So if I open that notebook, so don't forget they need to go to class notebooks and open their notebook, and as I said before, they get the same as the teacher, the collaboration space, which is empty, the content library, which is the shared documents, contains all of the teacher's folders, including this Meg folder. There you go. And the student has got a mirror of all of those, but their Meg folder has nothing in it. And notice that this student has a yellow Meg sticker. So I'm going to click for the student, and being the student, I'm going to go to the Meg folder. Okay, at the moment it's got untitled page. We're going to leave it at that and delete it later. If the student goes to the shared documents, what they're going to do is copy this into their own area. Now the way to copy is we need these two panes, the two left-hand panes. This is the actual notebook which we don't copy. So if you right click on the page, you can choose copy. And then if the student goes to their own Meg folder, in the center pane, if they right click, they can choose paste. They now have their own Meg sticker on their book. And we can delete any unwanted pages that we don't want, if that makes sense. There you go. So now the student has got one page in his class notebook, in his exercise book or her exercise book, with the Meg page, and there we go. I'm not going to set it out now. Personally, I put the Megs on and the targets, which we'll have a look at later, but you could get the students to do it themselves. But now there's a Meg sticker on the front of their book.